Attention around. You remember that day at all? What you were doing? What was going on that day? I think I was working that day. I mean, what day of the week was it? Monday. Yeah, I would have been working. And then Valentine's Day would have been on Tuesday. Okay, if that, I don't know if you do anything special on Valentine's Day or not. No. Sometimes people do special, and my schedules, things so, yeah, I have to look back. But I'm pretty sure I was probably working, okay. On Tuesday as well, I had Tuesdays off at one point, and then I had Wednesdays off back and forth, so it could be, I'm sure I was probably working that Tuesday, okay? If not, I would have been off. Yeah, that'd been a Monday, but yeah. Oh, the Monday. Yeah, I would have been working on that day. You got a daughter. Yes. Is that the only child you got? Yes, okay. Was she still in school back then? She would have been in college, okay? Actually, I think she would have been married at that point because she graduated from Delphi in 13, okay? 13? Yeah, she would have probably been in Napani at that point, okay? Because she and her husband have been married about 6 years now, 5 or 6 years. What's her name? A Brittany Allen. Annie, okay? A middle name is Anne, but there's an E on the end, and last name is Zapanta now. Okay, spell that for me. A Z as in zebra, a panta. Okay, yeah. You said she lives in Napani. Yes. All right. So she'd have been out of school. She wouldn't have been around here. Oh, no. At that point in time, no. Okay, A, because she went to college for to Ball State. She went to Ball State and two year. Okay, yeah. And then she ended up getting a job right after that within probably 6 months and started living up in Napani. Okay? So she'd probably be in Napani at that point. Yeah. She graduated in 2013. Yeah, it's just been you and your husband at home. Yes. Okay? And our cats. A lot of cats. Well, we had 3. But we have 2 now. Yeah. Sometimes one's plenty. Yeah. So the 2 of you just lived at home at that point in time. Yes. Was he working then? Yes. Okay. Where did he work then? A CVS. He did work at Walmart, too. I think he's been at CVS about 5 or 6 years, so it might have been right on the cusp of him. Okay? Starting there. And you said Walgreens. A Walmart. Okay? It was in Lafayette. The one on 26, yes. Okay, and would you know whether he worked that day or not? Oh God, I can't remember what. Yesterday? Okay. I seriously am having a lot of brain fog with COVID, so... Okay, so you've had COVID then? Oh, yes, okay. 3 times. Ooh, it's not fun. No. The information that we have, and this actually came from him, was that he was on the trial that day. Does he normally go to the trails? Oh, we used to go quite a bit. Okay. Oh, yeah, we walked the trails a lot. Would he go by himself or occasionally if he had the day off? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've done in on my day off before. Now, I haven't done it since they started doing construction and stuff. Actually, we don't walk the trails we walk the other trails, and then the Monon one we've walked, but it's probably been a year or 2. Okay? Yeah. We don't walk that one too much, so that wouldn't be unusual for him to go out and do the trails and... No, because I do it too. Yeah, until that happened. I mean, I don't carry or anything, but I'm a little more cautious if I go by myself, right? But which parts of the trails did you guys go to most of the time? Well, we'd walk the main trail, and then there was one that would come off of that trail. Okay. So and there used to be the main one out there, or the Monon Bridge one. Okay. We'd walk that one, and then we would walk, the turnaround. You'd have to turn around, right? Because the tracks were getting really bad. At some point, I just quit going that way. And then there was a place that you could go down to the river, like canoers would go, okay? And we'd go down there quite a bit, okay? Because it was prettier down there. So would walk clean to the bridge a lot of times. We'd walk to the bridge, yeah? Okay? And then usually turn around because it's too hard to walk over it. But we did. Would you guys, walk over it years ago, though? Okay. I mean, way before. Well, they still have the thing up there. I don't know if they have it shut off completely or not now, but I haven't been down there for years. Okay. When did you guys start going out to the trails and walking the trails? Oh my gosh, we've been here for 14 years. Okay, Delphi area, Okay, Where'd you come from before that? We lived for like a year in Greenwood because he was transferred from Walmart. And then before that, we lived in Mexico, Indiana. And we lived there since 91 until like 2006 maybe. I think it was 2006 we moved here. Okay, he worked for Walmart when you was living in Mexico too, or he worked for Mr. Steve's, which has now been sold, but it was a rent-to-own company. Okay? And that was in Lafayette, and he did like supervisor through district, like supervisor. And he went to Walmart from there. Yes, I believe that Walmart was his next one. There were a few little odd ones, like there was a factory. He tied Chrysler for a while, and then he tried another one. And I can't remember the name of the other factory, but he didn't stay. Okay. And he ended up at W. Walmart. Okay? And then he worked at Walmart for all the way up till CVS. So about how long did he work for Walmart? Oh gosh, I can't recall. I'm sorry, I don't know what year he started. Okay. And the information that we've got from him was that he parked at the old Farm Bureau building, but that's what was given to us. But that would be the old CPS building. Farm building. It'd be the CPS building. Was that the one that was off the trail that was abandoned? Yeah, is that where you guys usually parked? Or? Oh yeah, had to. I mean, okay. It was either that or you had to park down the road, which you weren't supposed to. Right. Did they still have the parking lot? Yeah, but you had to like go down into a ditch to get to it. But, okay. People would park there all the time. So he normally would park out there. Oh yeah, that's where we park. All right, you know what he would have been driving during that time? We had our gray car. I know, we're talking like 5 years ago. But I don't recall, hun, I'm sorry. We had our gray car, and then we had a black car. Black car we still have, but it could have been mine because I don't remember what I would have driven that day to work. What was the black car? It's a Ford? Ford? A Ford Focus. Focus? And the gray car was a Ford 500. Which one did he normally drive? Back then, normally the black car. Okay? But like I said, can't recall that day if I drove mine or his to work. Okay, so he would normally, that's where you guys parked, was the old yes, CPS building. Yes. Okay, yeah, because we had, you're not supposed to park at the gates because they always acted like you weren't supposed to block it. So, right. I'm sure we probably parked there a couple times, but I don't feel comfortable parking there. Yeah, a lot of people did. Yeah, because I think it's private property there. And I knew they built the big lot there up there where the, other bridge. But that was years down. I don't think we ever used that one, okay? I don't think we ever used that one. All right, then when you parked there, how would you normally get to the trails? Oh gosh, that was before they built the bridge. Freedomage. Is what you're talking about? Yeah, because think the trail, okay? Came down right there where that's built now. Okay, you didn't cross the bridge. So I guess we took that. There's like a little gravel walkway. Okay, that goes from that building we parked at. And then you can just go down to the trail, I think, right? And that would be, and up a little hill maybe, east of what's now the Freedom Bridge. Don't ask me, east or west, so it would be away from town. Yes. Yeah, east would be away from town. West would be towards town. It's east. Yeah. Okay, did he ever talk to you about being out there that day? No. The day the girls went missing. No, never said a word about. Well, actually, no, he said he went for a walk, okay? He did say he went for a walk out there, and that he ran into these 3 girls that were weird, okay? And so he was like, I'm just going to go home because one of them had long black hair, or at least that's what he told me. I don't know. What'd he say was weird about? I don't know. That's all he told me. Do you know what he was wearing that day? Oh my God. Anything unusual when he got home, or did you get home later in the day? Or I got home later in the day. Okay, about what time would you have gotten home? Probably 6, because at that time we were open until 5 o'clock, so 6 or 6:30. If remember correctly, he was sleeping when I got home. He was on the couch. Okay, and he was... Go ahead. Oh, so that night, I remember on the news it came up, that the girls were missing, and I wanted to go out and look for them. Okay, what was his opinion at that point? Well, of course, I can't go out and look for them because that's too many people out there. But he said, just let them do their job. So, okay, so he wasn't. He goes, we don't need to be out there with all these people. There's too much going on. You know, if you're out there, then, you know, anything could happen. If they find stuff, you know, laying around, they could blame you and all that shit. So, okay, laundry. Do you do the laundry? Does he do the laundry? We both do. Okay, had he done laundry that day? I don't know. I know we're talking a long time ago. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I mean, 5 years ago, I can't tell you a whole lot either. Yeah. But okay, so he admitted to being at the Freedom Bridge that day, okay? He admitted to seeing 3 females. Said one was taller and had brown or long black hair. Okay, and he said he walked from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. Okay, is that a normal? Oh, yeah, we both did that. Okay, sure. Said he didn't see anybody else. Does he do stocks a lot? Yes. Oh, not a lot, no. Okay, he used to. Okay, it got overwhelming, so it's pretty much just 401k. But he did do a lot of that. How did he do the stocks? He would just do them at home, mostly on his day off. Oh, so he could actually be there and watch and trade. The computer thing where oh yeah, traded himself. And yes, okay, yes, that got overwhelming, so he quit doing that. Can't stand to lose more money and, you know, keep losing and gaining and, okay, but he usually did that at home, though. Oh yeah, he did that at home, okay? Did he do it on his phone or? I can't tell you that. Okay, I don't think so. All right, I know he did it on the computer at home, but he may have done it on his phone. I don't know, okay? I never look at his phone. I trust him enough to not have to do that. He talked about any other people or vehicles being out there that day? Oh my gosh, no, I don't recall. No, I don't know. Okay, do you know what kind of phones you had back then? I think I've always had Samsung. Okay, he may have had a Razer. I know he's had a Razer before, trying to think of the other one. Gosh, I can't think. Do you know the service? You'll have name off some. Who the service provider was with? Well, we bounced around a little bit. I think our main one was V1 Izon at that time. Okay, I know cell signals are terrible over here. Oh yeah, mine's pretty good though on Ting. We have Ting. Never heard of that? Check into it. It's really nice. Is that a small one then? You save a lot of money. It's through, they work off of other networks. Okay? But they charge you by how many minutes you use in data, and it's like a set price. Okay? And so if you don't use it too terribly much, you can get it for less than $40 a month. Ting. For both. Ting. Yep, you heard of that one? Never heard of that one? Yeah, look it up. Yeah. Maybe that's why it's so cheap. Yeah. Could be. So that's a new one on me. It's really good and great service, so check it out. Okay. All right, does your husband have guns or knives or weapons? Well, we both have some knives. Okay, we do have a couple guns. Now, I'm not a shooter, but he bought me one, and I can't even tell you what the one is he bought me. And then I have my own revolver, okay? So we have 2 guns, 2 handguns, and then my revolver, which I guess counts as 3. Okay, do you know what those 2 handguns are? I can't remember, Q. Do you know if they're like 9mm, 380, 45, 40? Like I said, 22s. I don't shoot it, so I can't remember. There's too many numbers. I haven't shot it in years. They're semi-auto. Because you said you had a revolver. Oh, which are semi-autos. It's a pearl-handled revolver. Okay, it's a long time ago. Your revolver. Yeah, okay, my dad gave it to me. Q, what about the other 2 handguns, Oh, I can't tell you what they are. Q, they're not revolvers, though. No, they have clips. Yeah, so they'd be semi-automatic. Sorry. Yeah. No, they don't think. No. Bigger, smaller? I can't tell you. I'm sorry. I'm not good with handgun name. Okay. I like the numbers. And you say it could be a 9, it could be the 35i, or whatever you said. See, no, I don't think it's a 380, I don't think. 32 9mm, it's not a 22, it could be a 9. Okay, I can't tell you for sure. 9s, 40s, 45s, what am I missing? I'm sorry. 357. But those are mostly revolvers, but they make them semi-auto. They do make some semi-automatic? I don't know, I'm sorry. 38s, I guess 38s, there's some revolve or semi-automatics in 38. How big are the bullets for the gun? I guess that long? Are they thick or are they A? No, they're not thicker. They're not thicker. Uh-huh. No, okay. No, they're thicker or thinner, okay. A, there's probably a 9 in it. 9's a popular model. Yeah, I know he tried to go one smaller for me. That's a 9mm. It's probably, well, thicker than that, or I don't think they're thicker than that. I thought they were smaller than that. Maybe I'm thinking of my 22, because my pistol is a 22. 22s are real small. Excuse me, that's what I am used to. Yay, because that's what I have, and the revolver. But, Q, so I seriously don't even shoot my gun. So he got it for me. And I'm like, I need to take lessons because I don't even, know how to shoot it really. Does he shoot a lot or? We haven't shot for years. Okay. Did he carry a gun with him a lot? No. I mean, we would carry it sometimes if we were out fishing. Because we did fish, we'd go to Carrollton and fish, but we didn't carry it on the trails. Okay. We never carry handguns on the trails. Okay. Could he have 01? I suppose anybody could, but I couldn't tell you what he did that day. Okay, do you have any other questions about him and stuff out there offhand? Yes, you mentioned Chrysler. Did he actually work for Chrysler? He did, but it wasn't for very long. Was he at the plant there or? Yeah? Okay. A, he was at the plant, and then he started having an allergic reactions to some of the chemicals and stuff. Okay, A, so he had to quit working there. Do you remember when that was? How long? My memory is not good, you guys. Like before? For a lot of stuff, 17 after 17. It would have been while we were still in Mexico. Okay, I'm pretty sure. It was still before we moved to Greenwood. Okay? Yeah, it was because his father was very disappointed in him for quitting. And do you know what division he worked, or A? No? Was it a section A? I don't remember. Daily job was there? A, I can't remember. I'm sorry. No problem. You mentioned he had a Razer, do you? Back then, did he have a smartphone at all, or? We've always had a phone. I mean, we went from the big ones to flips and... I know he had a Razer. He had at least 2 of those. The Razers were the flip back still, right? Oh, is that still a flip? That was a flip. The Razer. So he had 2 of those, but he ran over one of them. Okay. A, with the lawnmower. That's a good way to do it, not really? Yeah. It was expensive, so he had a Razer. I don't know, he might have had a Motorola at some point, because I remember the M being on our phones, so that might have been another one. Do you? I know you said you didn't look at his phone. Yeah. Do you we talked about him trading. Yeah. Did he ever have any apps on his phone? Did you ever see him checking stocks on, or whatever it was? He might have. I wouldn't even know how to look that up on his phone, seriously. He might have. Did he ever mention to you, I'm looking at, when you guys are sitting on the couch watching TV, did he ever yeah, I'm just checking my stocks on this phone as well as on the computer? No, because we just kind of do our own thing on our phones. Yeah. A, we don't really pay attention to each other. Okay, that's fine. It's fair enough. Ask, what are you looking? You do social media? No. Or at least he tells me has never been on social media. Okay? And he can't stand that I'm on it. So you're on it. I'm on TikTok too much and Facebook. Yeah? Pretty addicting. I am. TikTok is really bad. Yeah, I need to cool that down. 2 hours a day is too much. You're on Facebook, okay? When you were at work and he would go to the trails and go walking? Would he ever go with anybody? Is there other people you know? I mean, he'd go with family. Family. Yeah. Do you know who he'd go with, or? He would go with me and Brittany when she was still home, and sometimes if my brother David and John were up, but John's passed away since then. Okay. And then my mother-in-law would go along if she was here. Okay. Yeah, we kind of made it a family event most times, right? You know you guys want to go for a walk. And David and John are David and John. John's passed away. What's their last name? David Walker. Walker? John Walker. John. When did John pass away? Way. Okay, they live around here or Peru. Q and mother-in-law is Janice Allen, and where she lives in Mexico, Indiana. Mexico, yeah. Okay, how about the name Jerry Klein? Does that ring any bells to you, or Tony Klein? I just seen the name in the news recently. Okay, you don't know him? No. Not familiar with him at all. Never heard of him. And the funny thing is, I think is he from Peru? Because I grew up in Peru, but he's probably a lot younger than I am, so, okay. I don't know everybody. Joyce Burnell. She's my sister. Yeah. Okay. I don't talk to her really. Okay, you're not close, or when's the last time you talked with her? I texted her maybe a month ago, okay? I don't talk to her though. What? Just never got along as sisters? Or I don't know, we're just opposites. Okay? Yeah, complete opposites. Does she hang out with a bad crowd? Or no, she's not a bad person. Okay? But she's very needy and she likes to use people. And I just don't do that. Okay? Problem. Okay, how about the name Jennifer Walton? I went to school with her, okay? Do you communicate with her? No. Or talk with her? No. On Facebook or anything? No. You follow her? We friended each other a long time ago, but then I just unfriended, so. Okay, I just don't know. It's hard to connect with people you haven't been around forever. You can't just really pick up where you left off, so I don't see a lot of people from school anymore, so. Okay, how about Peru or Mexico, you see? Much? Nope, just my family. Okay, no friends still back on there, or, well, I had Kim and she passed away, so. Okay, Kim Hall. Hall? Okay? She was from Peru, she was from Peru. Okay? I was closest to her. I mean, there've been a few work friends that I see once a year, but nobody I hang out with quite often, so. Okay, but you've never run across Jerry Klein on Facebook? No. Q, or any social media activities, or no. Q, okay, Keegan Klein, I don't know that name. Okay. But you know the name, you recognize the name Jerry? On the news, though. In the news, yeah. Okay, would your husband have known any of these people? He has never talked about them, so I wouldn't think so. Jerry Klein, or no? Joyce Burnell, mean he knows her, yeah. Obviously, since that's your sister. Yes. Does he communicate with her much, or no? Okay, not at all. Jennifer Walton, nope. Doesn't know her, or he wouldn't know her. Never talked about her, no. Okay? So, he's originally from Mexico, yes, and you're originally from Peru, yes. Okay, did you both go to Peru High School? We went to two different schools. Yeah, he went to North Miami, okay, and I went to Peru. All right, yeah, I wasn't sure where Mexico. That's okay. School at yeah, it's not too far. His school was in Denver, Indiana, so that's probably 5 minutes from Mexico, okay? And then Mexico, Indiana's probably about 7 or 8 minutes from Peru. Okay, yeah, because I was thinking North Miami was the school's actually south of Peru a little bit, or is it north? I'm not good with directions. Okay. I can tell you how to get there, because I think it was somewhere out by the Air Force Base. No, you're going the wrong direction. Okay, yeah. So it's north of there. You've got to go north? Sorry. Yeah, you've got to go north. Yeah. Okay, I couldn't remember exactly where that was. Yeah. Yeah, and Mexico is right off of 31. Okay. And then if you go up a little further, you've got a sign that goes to Denver. Okay, so they're both off 31 because I was thinking Mexico was north of Peru. It's a tiny bit north from, or whatever direction you want to call that. Yeah. Okay, never got over there too much, so it's a nice little town. Mexico. Yeah, I've never been to the town itself, so, well, there's not much there. But it was a nice, quiet town, yeah. You're not getting those much anymore. Age-wise, I mean, both of you about the same age then, or, yeah, I'm 9 months older. Okay? So within the same year or so? Yes. Okay? You're talking about my husband and I. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's not my sister. I was gonna say that's pretty close. No, 9 months between you and your sister. No, I don't think so. Yeah, that'd be pretty quick, right? So you don't remember the phones you had back then? I can't, sir, I'm sorry. And you don't remember him talking about being out there that day or anything going on out there that day, or A, all he mentioned was those girls. He said they were just kind of odd. Okay, so I don't remember him saying anything else. Okay, and you don't remember anything odd with him that day? No. Anything different or acting different, or no? Q, communicating with anybody else that he doesn't normally communicate with before or after? I think, did he go to his mom's that day? Was that his day off? I don't know. He says he was out there between 1:30 and 3:30 A. Okay, so would he have gone to his mom's and been back by then? He might have gone to his mom's in the morning. Okay? Is that normal? Oh, yeah, we'll see his parents whenever we want. Sometimes I go by myself. I didn't know if he just split up and end up, no, head over there that way, or no. I'm trying to remember the times because he's been in deep depressions for years, but I can't tell you why he would have went there. You said if he did go. Deep depressions, A, yes. Does he take medication for that, or? He does, okay. A, he's been on too many to even tell you where to begin with that. And you say for years, how? Oh, yeah, how long? Well, he's had anxiety since his childhood, really. But depression, he's had that for probably 20-25 years. Me as well. Okay. Only mine's more situational. I think everybody goes through some depression, people. Yeah. It's very depressing. Yeah. It takes a while to work through that. Oh, yeah. Get over it. And you know it's going to happen at some point, but you just never. Yeah. Yeah. So anything else you can think? You were talking about the day when you wanted to go out to help with the search party. Was that normal of him to say no, let's not do it, or is it? Well, yeah, because it wasn't reasonable. I mean, it wasn't reasonable to have a bunch of people out there. Was that his norm, though? Where, if it was anything else, would he be like, hey, oh no, he wouldn't want to go, okay? It wouldn't matter. He'd be like, no, you're just going to hinder things, right? So you need to stay out of it. I mean, I think everybody probably was thinking that day. On his meds, has he been continuous with them? Was there any time period where he didn't talk them for a while and went back to them, or A, he's always been on? A, religious about taking what he's told to? A? But I'm telling you some of the things do not work well for him. Okay, so you're saying some meds weren't doing their job, he had to switch to a different one? They weren't doing their job, or, right? He didn't have the right doctor to be switching his meds around, right? I mean, we struggled for quite a few years with that. With the doctors, was he ever misdiagnosed? With anything, and was actually something else, or A? They diagnosed him with major depressive disorder. He's seen 2 or 3 psychiatrists, but I think he's bipolar because our daughter was just diagnosed with that. Okay? And it's just nobody's diagnosing anything right. But right now, he's doing great on his Prozac. Okay. So, back around that time, was he on the, was his medicine good, or? No. I mean, he's been struggling for quite a few years getting the right medicines. I mean, but 5 years ago, back 2017, was everything, the medicine working at that point in time? My years have all ran together. That might have been the downward spiral at that time. Or I don't remember what he was on at that time. Did things change after that? Yeah. No. Get better, get worse. Have to change your medications. Well, he's always a stressed out person regardless. So it's hard for me to say if anything got worse. I mean, it's not been good for quite a few years. Okay. Until this last year when he finally got something that worked. But I mean, he's been struggling for years. I can't tell you exactly when it would have started and got worse, but I know after I lost my brother, it was really bad. I think things started maybe after that. And that was 2016, so. But I can't tell you what all meds he was on. They didn't so many switching. It was horrible. The activity-wise for your husband, other than obviously the trails and going walking, fishing. Is there anything else that he was into? Any kind of sports or things like a lodge or... No, we're kind of homebodies. I mean, it was hard to get him interested in any hobbies, so the fishing was pretty much it. And we play pool. We do that occasionally. We played a lot at JC's when it was still here. Link, what's Link? League A, Pool League. Oh, Pool League. A, and then they shut JC's down, so we just kinda haven't really been much. Got you. But that's because it was nice and local. Or going and playing pool or going out to eat, and I'm fine with that. Mess. Yeah, when he worked for W. Allmart, was it exclusively Lafayette, or did he ever go to any other locations? Well, he didn't start in Lafayette with Walmart. He was in Plymouth at one point. Then he went to Illinois and worked for 2 years, Illinois the state. Eh? Yeah? And he would go back and forth between home and us. Got you. I think that was, maybe. And then he ended up back at Walmart on the west side, I think. And there's probably 2. I don't know which one he worked at. And then they transferred him to Commerce. So he's worked at several different Walmarts. Okay. But he kept going up in status, so they would switch him from one to another. And what'd he do there? Well, he started out as supervisor, and then got moved up to, what do you call it, not assistant manager, can't remember which one. And then he got manager at Illinois. And then that was just too much stress, so he had to quit that after 2 years and come home. Okay, because it about killed him. What's he do at CVS now? He's a supervisor? Okay. Yeah, one of probably 3 or 4. Got you. Yeah, but he hasn't worked at any other CVS's, just this one. It wasn't like W. Walmart, and he won't go back to that rat race, so... Is it more low-key now? Well, as low-key as you can get in retail. Yeah, I would think it's better than Walmart, but yeah. Oh, Walmart's horrible. Yeah, too many people. Has he always carried one phone, or does he have multiple phones at all? I have never seen him carry more than one phone. Okay. And work doesn't provide him with one. So, got you. He pretty much has to answer questions on his personal phone. Did any of his jobs provide him a phone? Like Walmart, or... When he worked at Mr. Steve's, he had the great big clinky phone. And what's the clinky phone? That looks like a brick. Okay. You don't remember those, I know. Yeah, Kiyo, I remember. They're horrible phones. Yeah, he had one of those for work, and then I don't even know that we had cell phones for ourselves yet, then for yourselves. Okay? And then at some point we got our own phones, but I don't recall anybody giving him a phone other than them. Okay? I don't think he had a work phone after that. Do you know his email address? Well, we use the same one. What's that? Rick2045@frontier.com, and I have my own too, but he may have his own individual. I have no idea. I know he's got, other stuff on his phone, but do you know if he has like Yahoo or a Gmail address? Ooh, I don't. Do you ever see him on Google when he's on the computer? I don't watch him. He could be. Right, I don't know. I have my own email too. Okay, what's yours? Mine's Ozpep, ozpep123@gmail.com, and he would not be able to tell you what mine is, so. But both of you use the other one. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of our combo one. Do you remember who his doctors were? Oh, my gosh, he's had some that retired and that moved away. Just in the last, say, 8 years or so, 8 years. Does he change that many in 8 years? Oh, man, I would have a list at home. I don't have it with me. Okay. I'm sorry. And he's got a new practitioner, so I can't even tell you her name. It's like every time he gets somebody, they leave or, retire. Seems to be normal anymore, yeah. Do you know? Driving back in 2017? I would have had my gray car. You would have been driving the yeah. Ford 500. Yeah. And we sometimes switched off with them depending on what we were doing, but that was my major car. That was mine. What do you have now? I have a Chrysler Pacifica 2022. Do you like it? I do. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Van, I went to 3. I'm telling you what, though. You can haul a lot of stuff in a van. And I'm always antiquing and going to flower shops and stuff, so. Yeah, we loved it. Has this got the plug into it, or it does? Now, I don't like all the technology, though. Yeah, it's like there's way too much. And then you have to turn off the fuel saver if you don't want to use it, because it will die at the light. Yeah. And if you don't turn that off, I'm like, they should have made that option so that you could actually, turn it off completely. Yeah. But other than that, I do love it. It's nice. It's easier to get into. What's he driving? He's driving the Focus. Okay? We still have that. Yeah, it's more economical. But I like my vans, so who are his close friends? A close? He doesn't have any close friends. Any friends that people he does chat with or communicates with on a regular basis? I'm telling you, he's a hermit. Okay? I mean, he hates going out in public and he's afraid of big crowds. And I mean, we have people we play pool with when we're there, but we don't hang out with anybody. Or he doesn't. I'm the social one. So yeah, I have more friends than he probably ever would. When he would go out to the trails or would go fishing. What would he normally wear? Probably blue jeans. He doesn't wear sweatpants, and depending on the weather, a t-shirt, tennis shoes. On colder days, how would he dress? Would he hoodie or no, he didn't wear hoodies out. I mean, he's got some thicker jackets, so I assume probably a Carhartt, okay? Yeah, did he ever cover his mouth on like the vest at all? No, no scarves. Nope. No, a scarf, are you kidding me? He hardly wears a ball cap. Yep. If it's real cold out, he doesn't wear the face thing. No, he would just freeze. Okay? Yeah, he's not going to wear anything on his face, not unless you're riding a motorcycle, which we don't ride those anymore. We did that 25 years ago. Back in 2017, that February 13th day, did he ever text you on the day of that day while you were at work? Hey, oh my gosh, I don't remember. Is that normal? Hey, he texts me every day. He does. Oh yeah, even when you're at work. Even when I'm at work. Do you remember that day? I know it was a long time ago, but do you remember that day like him not texting you? No. He texts me every day if I'm not with him, okay? Yeah, I'm sure he texted me, but I couldn't tell you for sure. I mean, we text each other when we're not together, right? So, I would have been at work. He texts I love you a lot, so. You said he was sleeping when you got home that day. If I'll recall correctly? Yeah, was that normal for him? Well, yeah, he sleeps a lot. Okay? I just remember him sleeping, and then I saw the news come on. And I said those girls fell off that bridge? You said that or he said that? I did. Okay, because I knew they had to have. When did you find out what actually happened? Oh gosh, when it came out in the news, I'm like, that was a horrible day here. What was your thoughts, sir? I felt awful for them. Yeah, because I have a daughter. Did you talk to him about it or? Oh, he knew how I felt. We both felt that way. He say anything about it? Other than he was out there. I mean, he was straight up with me about that. Then he told me what he encountered. Like you didn't see these two girls anywhere. He says no. Just that group of three. I thought for sure they tried to cross that damn bridge, and I knew that that was not passable. I don't know how anybody can walk on that bridge. You won't see me do it. No, it's terrifying. There have been several guys that walked across that bridge, so be me. Oh, it's so scary. Like you want to jump 2 and 3 feet across. Nope. The one he's nothing to hold you on there. And when we first started walking that it wasn't like that, and then it just got like every year things started falling apart. And it's like I am not walking that anymore. You said you guys have walked across there, right? Oh, it's been years ago. Oh yeah, we all did. Yeah, we all tried it. All right? When's the last time he walked across it? Do you remember? Oh heavens, I don't know. It was bad even then. So I can't see anybody wanting to walk across it. I mean, if you did, you were crazy. Have you seen that picture? Oh God, 1,000,000 times. Okay, is that your husband? No. Could it be your husband? No. Why not? Because he would never do anything like that. Well, we're not talking about whether he would do it or not. We're just, no. That picture, that could be any male. Okay. Anywhere, anytime. I mean, those clothes or whatever, could that be your husband, size-wise? I mean, well, size-wise, yeah? Okay, I mean, sure, but what does he have on his head? That's what I've always been trying to figure out. Okay, but facial, what you can see with the face there and stuff, no, that nose looks huge, there's no way. Okay, nope, so that couldn't be your husband. No, because what's the brown? That could be an anomaly with the picture I have no idea. Because we've got brown and purple back here, sure. So that could just be an anomaly, sure, with the picture. It could be, I mean, it could be a lot of things, but not, just taking the fact away from what actually happened out there. If you saw that picture, could that be your husband? Smee, there's a lot of people that say it could be somebody. Okay. I mean, that's not fair to say. He's short. Okay. He's fat. Yeah, I've never seen him. So, yeah, that wouldn't be a very fair thing to say, though, because that's when you get all kinds of people accusing you. Yeah. Does your husband have any clothing that looks like that? Back in 17. Oh, he had jeans. I'm sure he has a coat. He's got blue coats. He had blue coats. Yeah. Does he have any black coats? No, like he's saying with the pictures, like to give you an I know. Example, I was looking for somebody one time in a car, and on the camera it looked like it was white, but because of the lighting it was actually red. So you can't always take on face value what you see there. What you see there has to be what it actually is. I mean, I still try to figure out if this is a hat or if this is hair. But he doesn't have anything like that. He doesn't even have a brown hoodie. Okay? How long was his hair back then, do you remember? Your husband's, how long? Yeah, he's always had short hair. Short hair. Oh, absolutely. Okay, short like mine, or he shaved it. Okay, since military. All right, I mean, he let it grow a little bit for our daughter's wedding, gotcha. Yeah, but he's always had what branch shaved hair? What branch was in? National Guard. Army. Yeah. Okay, when was that? Oh gosh, 91. Let's see, he started that in high school. Okay, so probably 8 years. Got you. 89 is when he probably would have been enlisted in that. A little before me? Yeah, just a little. You say both of you have knives. What kind of knives do you have with your... Oh gosh, just pocket knives. Okay, yeah. Small? Folding? Yeah. Do they have serrated edges on them too, or are they just a smooth edge? Or mine doesn't have serrated edges. I don't know what he has on his. Okay? I never open it because I can never get them closed. But it's just like a little pocket knife. Okay, small? Big? He's a couple small ones. He doesn't have any big ones. Okay, that I know of. Like pocket like this, or no? I've not seen one that size. Okay, his is a lot smaller. Mine's. Yeah, little smaller than that. But not oh no, it's nothing like that. I haven't seen one that big. He's got a little tiny one that you have to like unfold, and it has scissors in it, kind of a Swiss Army knife type. Yeah. Do you have any knives that are missing since 17 at all? And the firearms that he has? Yeah. How does he usually carry them? Like some people won't keep a round in a chamber and people do. Do you know how he loads them? I think there's one in the chamber at all times. Yeah? Chamber, okay? Yeah. It's on safety. Got you. And that's why I'm afraid to use mine, because I'm like, I don't feel comfortable, but he always wants me to have it. Do you know where the safety is? Mechanism on it. On mine, it's like a red dot. Yeah? Okay. But like I said, I don't even handle it. It's in my drawer, and it stays there. Have you seen the other one like your husband has? I don't know what it looks like. I know it's black A, and has the magazine like mine. Okay. But you don't know what brand. No, I don't. Okay, I'm sorry. When he carries it, how does he normally carry it? On the outside. Okay, holster? Yes. I do know that. I don't even think I have a holster for mine. How do you carry yours? I don't. If I do, I stick it in my purse. But then it's like, okay, now what do I do? Yeah. You know, because at one time we had some creepy people sitting out here in the parking lot. And I'm like, if I'm going out in the dark, I know how to flip the safety off. So, I can at least do that, but I haven't carried it in my purse for years. I only did it like twice. Yeah, was he right or left-handed? Right hand? Right? Does he carry it right side? Does he carry it cross? Does he? I don't know. I would assume he'd do right, but I don't really pay much attention to that. Has your husband ever had any kind of like violent outbursts or temper problems, anger problems? Medications, he did struggle with that. What would he do? Like what would happen? It was mainly if he was drinking. Well, he'd just get mouthy. I mean, he wouldn't hurt me. He'd never try to hurt me, ever throw anything or punch anything or no, never threw anything, break anything. If he did punch anything, it would be outside in the garage, okay? But I never seen anything broken open like holes in walls or anything, so, okay? And if that was the case, I didn't even know he did it. But he'd come in with knuckles sometimes. Q, has he ever had any run-ins with the law? Or any run-ins? Yeah. No issues. No. He did try to kill himself. When was that? That's been probably 3 years ago. Okay. A actually acted like he would. I don't know that he ever would. But he had the gun in his mouth, so I called 911 on him and got him committed for like 6 months to Sycamore. And of course, this was in all the period of trying to get his medicine changed and, done. And that was probably 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Can anything lead up to that? I mean, did he argue with you before he decided, no, to do that, or and that was drinking? Okay, he was drinking at the time. He was drinking. Yes, okay? Yeah. No conversations with anybody else? No. Were they? Just me and him that day. Okay. Yep, he tends to get too sassy when he's drinking. A lot of people do. He can change people. It's bad. Yes, it can. And dealing with that and trying to get your meds right just was... I'm surprised they let him taking the meds. They don't let you drink. He's not supposed to be drinking then, right? No. No. I was going to say, normally they don't. But no, he wasn't supposed to be. No, they tell you that. Yeah, but after that day, did he ever change his, like he normally would dress? No. Nope. Still dressed the same. Yep. Do you know if he still has those jackets like that, the Carhartts and stuff at the house there? Oh, gosh. Well, I know he has the blue Carhartt, yeah. Okay. He's got a blue one, but I don't remember. Think that was the one we got at Great Lakes when we went to Mackinac like a couple years ago. He got Mackinac. What's that? Mackinac Island up north. Oh yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah, he got one a couple years ago from that, yeah. Somebody doesn't sound happy, Well, when they're in surgery and they're waking up, they're coming out of sedation. Oh yeah. So they're sad. They don't feel good. Yeah. For a while, I was thinking it was some little kid. I know. Somewhere. No. I was thinking there was some kid making the noise, and I'm like, no, that's a dog. It's all the doggies. They're upset. That does sound pitiful, doesn't it? Yeah, I thought it was a kid for a while. Yesterday it sounded like a bird. Excluded from public access per rules on access to court records, page 2. Excluded from public access per rules on access to court records. Excluded from public access per rules on access to court records, page 2. Yeah, my dad having the heart failure, and my brother was killed on a motorcycle. Okay, I lost my friend Kim last year. He didn't have anything else though that really not him, no. Q affected him. And no, but I think affected him. Well, if you're close, it would, yeah. But nothing in his past that would have affected his depression or anything that, just life in general for him. Okay? Just every day, getting up every day, that's a struggle in itself. I can't speak for him how he feels, but I can see it. Yeah, he doesn't talk about it then. He tries to more because he didn't used to. And like you hold on that in, it's going to get worse, and he's just depressed all the time. He's not like he used to be. He's better now. But so his is kind of a constant. Oh yeah, it's not where something situational like mine will set it off. Yeah, okay. Things set me off pretty quick. Okay, when it comes to, that kind of thing, but I can get through the day, He just had trouble even getting through days for years. So he told you that he was on the trail that day, right? Yes. Okay, do you remember when he told you that? I think the news came on, and then he's like, well, I was out there, and I was like, you were? Because I was like, well, that's just great, Anybody's that's walked out there, right, is probably going to get talked to. Did he ever say that law enforcement talked him after that? He did. Yeah, okay. Did they? Did he go to them or did they come to him? Hey, I actually think they met him at Save a Lot. Save a Lot. Hey, that's what he told me, is that they met him in the... Because I said, you've got to go say something. Yeah. If you were out there, you've got to go tell them that you were out there. So he said they met him at the Save a Lot and took his phone and looked at it. And that's the last he's ever said about it, so... Did he say who met him out there? No, I don't recall that. Save a Lot is out here in Delphi A, yeah. Okay, yeah. Do you guys ever have any dogs? Not here, okay. We did when we lived in Mexico. Got you. But we lost too many, so we just kind of got away from that. But you got cats. Yeah. Any other animals? Nope, the birds outside, I guess. Did he ever mention to you that day anything that was strange to him that he saw? Cars? People? Anything? The people that I mentioned earlier. The girls. Uh-huh. Anybody besides the girls? No, because I asked him, I said, was there anybody else out here? And he's like, just those girls. I'm like, okay, what were they doing? I don't know if it was passing, but he just made it sound like it was not. You know, it wasn't like him to bring up something like that, you know? Well, I saw these weird girls out there. I'm like, okay, weird as in how? I didn't get any more detail than that. He didn't elaborate on that, though. No, he didn't know who the girls were. No. Q, and he wouldn't have gone out there to meet anybody, or not shouldn't have. Not unless it would have been somebody he knew. Yeah, I was going to say, he's very friends or... No, nobody he would know that he was supposed to go meet. No, he wasn't like that. He wouldn't just go meet somebody like that, you know? He would tell me if he was going to meet somebody, because we kind of keep track of each other that way, because we're always afraid something was going to happen to somebody. Tell him I'm going to Lafayette, just so he knows I'll be in Lafayette. You just never know anymore. Did you guys have any marital issues back in 17? No? You were good then. We have a good relationship, okay? But it's been hard, you know, trying to help him get through things with his own mind. But there are some things you can't help, so... And I'm there. I'm very supportive. Going to make me start crying again. Stop. I was going to say he's getting louder. I know, yeah, he's not happy. Why did you cut me open? Yeah. Back, but did he have any people he would talk to when he was at Chrysler or continue talking to afterwards? I don't know that he had anybody to talk to at Chrysler. I don't. Okay. I truthfully don't. Where he parked that day, did he mention any other vehicles being there? No. Did you ever ask him? No, because I wouldn't really think to. Yeah. I mean, I don't care if he's parked there. When you guys go to the trails or when he would go to the trail, was there certain days of the week he would go? No, just whenever. Random. Yep. Okay. Depends on the weather. If it's too hot, you're not going to go on the trails, but yeah. Nope, just depended, and if he had time to work in half an hour walk. We just usually go up and down once. So it was a good half hour. We went to Sunset Point a lot too. I like that one better. It's prettier. Not as pretty now, but I like that one better. Did you guys ever travel to like different parks or whatever to go to different trails? No. And different sites? I'd like him to, but he doesn't want to leave the house, so Q. Sunset Point's the one out on yeah. Old 25, right? Well, it's Pizza Hut? Yeah. You know where Pizza Hut is? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Old 25, I guess there is an entrance there. I was thinking there was one, yeah. Off that park they built out there. There's a swinging bridge that connects it to that, right? Yeah. I don't know what that one's called. That one might be Trailhead or... It's one of those? Other than that one time where you caught him trying to harm himself, was there any other times like that? No. No, just that one time. Single time. Yeah, because I think that when I called and had somebody show up, he learned real quick that I'm serious. What was, like, do you remember what time frame that was? What month it was? What month? Yeah. Oh God, no. Was it winter? Summer? It might have been a little chilly, because I know, remember him throwing the gun on the couch and running out the door, and I'm like, too late, they're coming. Yeah. Sorry, you shouldn't have done it. Yeah? Do you know what? Like what? He had been drinking. He had way too much, and he's not a happy person when he gets drunk. Was there anything else going on like that? I don't think that time, or that time frame. I don't recall. I get it, drinking, but usually a trigger or some type that I don't recall. You do that? I don't recall. Did he say anything to you ever? Why he did that? A. No, other than he was just being stupid. A. I hope he's friendly when we open that door. Open this door. I can't think of anything else right now. We appreciate you talking to us. Sure. Yeah, no problem. Giving us this information, we just need to follow up, okay? Can find out, like I say, going back through some of the stuff, and that he admitted being out there. And A, yeah, Q, we're just trying to understand, find out if you remember anything he talked about, anything he said. I wish I could remember if there was any more detail, I really do, but I can't. It's hard for me to think of yesterday. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this interview. It's approximately 11:31 a.m.